Hello, everybody. For those that do not know me, my name is Antonio Sangio, and I practice and teach introspective hypnosis, which is a method created by Mr. Aurelio Mejia from Medellin, Colombia. And today we have Serena Anderson. Hello, Serena. Welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Good. Serena, thank you very much for deciding to have this call with me. I decided to have this call with Serena because last time I was able to interview Heather Stubbs, who is a practitioner that by the time she took the introspective hypnosis class was practicing already QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique. So this time I decided to do something a little bit different, and I decided to have an interview with Serena because prior to learning introspective hypnosis, you didn't have any experience with hypnosis. You didn't know anything about hypnosis, correct?
Correct, yeah, nothing.
Perfect. So why don't you start by telling everybody why is it that motivated you to learn hypnosis and learn introspective hypnosis specifically?
Very good. Well, what I really liked about the introspective hypnosis was the spectrum of tools and techniques that are taught and the flexibility that that method gives. With some of the other ones, they're much more limited on what you're able to do. So I was drawn to the introspective hypnosis because you get to learn the clinical hypnosis, you utilize the forgiveness therapy, role
Hmm.
changes, and so many other techniques and tools that I just love.
Excellent, thank you. Yeah, and for those who don't know, I'm going to explain that introspective hypnosis use it's a method because it has different techniques within it. It has forgiveness therapy, role change, past life regression, spiritual assistance, which other people call spirit releasement therapy, and also a little bit of Ericksonian hypnosis. And it is flexible because you can adapt this method to whatever the requirement of the session is. It is not rigid because if you make it rigid, it's not going to work the same way. Everybody's different. Every session, as you might have experienced already, every session is different. You never know what to expect, right? So,
That's for sure.
and Serena, you took the January class, right? The class that was by the end of January.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so it's been basically a month since you took the class.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know that you have been already practicing and you already had a few practice sessions, free sessions that you start offering with, I assume, with friends and other people that know about your work. What do you tell us about your experience with whatever you experienced after you finished that class? We have the class scheduled normally on a Friday. We start Friday in the afternoon, then we do Saturday and Sunday. What happened after you finished on Sunday? What was your experience?
Well, to be honest, at first it was really overwhelming. I was like, I don't even know. This doesn't look that complicated, but for some reason, this seems really
Hmm.
intense. And
It's a lot of
when we
information.
were watching the videos in the class and seeing how intense these sessions can get, I was like, oh my gosh. But I just jumped right in and I didn't let my fear hold me back. I said, you can do this. I made note cards, index cards,
Hmm.
started going through the manual and rewriting things so I could start putting it in my own
Hmm.
words, practicing on my son. And then I started getting a lot of people through the Quantum Practitioners website.
Yeah,
Um,
but for those that don't know, is no, I'm sorry, quantumhealingpractitioners.com. That's a website where you can find people from different modalities, but introspective hypnosis is listed as a modality, and some of the ones that just took the class, like Serena, offer sessions for free, practice sessions, right? Sorry, I
right.
interrupted. Please go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I also found other Facebook groups that were spiritually based.
Hmm.
There's like some women type groups, and I just went in there and said, hey, I'm doing past life regression, just looking to practice. And I had so many people respond.
Good.
I found that those people seemed a little bit harder to nail down on times and actually show up for their
Mm-hmm.
appointment,
Mm-hmm.
versus people that came directly from like the website. And I've already actually gotten some interest from one of my YouTube videos
Mm-hmm.
starting to talk about it. So,
Nice.
um, yeah, it was a lot at first, and then it just started coming pretty naturally the more I practice, and that is a huge, huge component to learning
I agree.
this method.
I agree. It's like a muscle. You're training that muscle. You need to train the muscle at the beginning. I don't want to say it's painful, but it might be a little bit overwhelming because you're trying to memorize some of the scripts. Even though I tell everybody to stay away from scripts and not to read them, but memorize the techniques and actually see what's happening. And what I tell everybody is like, don't wait until you feel you're ready to start doing it. You will never feel you're ready,
Yeah.
And there are some people that will always try to find excuse. I am not ready yet. I am going to watch this video again. And once you watched that video again, it's no, I'm not ready. I am going to read this book next. And after I read the book, I'll do it. You finish reading the book and then you find another excuse not to do it. And fear is just an illusion. Fear is the strongest emotion that the human being can feel, but all you need is on the other side of fear. So you overcame your fear and you started getting results on your sessions, right?
Yeah, I did. It was absolutely incredible. And when I thought that I would be really tired and drained, I actually found myself buzzing with energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The first session was kind of an energy zapper, but then once my body started building up the
Mm-hmm.
resilience and the tolerance, the
Mm-hmm.
next several, I was like on cloud nine for a couple of hours.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
was
and it is normal to feel tired with the first few sessions because you're focusing so much on what to do next. You're focusing so much on thinking, I need to do this right, that you get tired. Your mind is on the session all the time. But once you start doing this, it's going to start flowing. And as I tell everybody, just open up, start channeling. We do not work by ourselves. We have at least our spirit guides working with us and your clients' spirit guides. So tell me, how does it feel? What does it feel to put somebody in a trance? How was your first
mm,
experience?
wow, it was really cool. It was really crazy that we are always so close to a trance in our day-to-day life,
We
and
are.
just 20 to 30 minutes of some super relaxing journey movement, you can access your subconscious, and it's really made me trust myself more
Hmm.
and not second guess myself, because we have access to our subconscious mind all day long.
Right.
And if we pay more attention and we listen and we give it the time of day, we can get the information. But the hypnosis is great because sometimes it's nice to have a guide there to help
Hmm.
you through it and to navigate. So that's what I love to be able to offer for folks. But yeah, it really helps, I think, people trust themselves more.
Right. Right. And some people think that the hypnosis is magic. Like after the session, all their problems will be gone, and they
Right.
think that they will fall asleep. And some other people think that for hypnosis to work, they don't need to remember anything after they come out of the trance. Do you think that is true?
No, that's not necessarily true. And people are not asleep when
Mm-hmm.
they're under hypnosis. They're aware. You can still hear your surroundings,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what was crazy when I had my first experience. Was where am I, and is this a am I in a trance right
Right.
now? And at first I kept questioning it, and then once I said I'm going to allow it to flow through me, it was just you're in the mountains,
Right.
there's pine trees, there's teepees, and you're just like wow. But it's just giving those first impressions and get it going,
We
and
get it
it's just
going. Is right.
yeah,
It's activating the right side of the brain because your subconscious will always try to sabotage your session. This is not working. It doesn't make sense. I'm making this up. I feel present. I feel alert. I'm awake. And hypnosis is not falling asleep. And you have some people that will remember everything, which is normal. But then you have, I would say, close to 3% of the population can go to the somnambulistic state, which is when they come out of the trance and do not remember anything. And I think you were telling me about one of your clients, right? A session that you had over Skype, because, by the way, this technique can be practiced, and I encourage people that learn this technique to practice it over Skype because it's okay, it totally works, and it's safe. Nothing is going to happen. You had one client that didn't remember anything about the session, right?
Yeah, she remembered parts of it, and then she didn't remember other parts of it. So she
Okay,
definitely, and as you taught us, trances go up and down the
right.
level and layer they're at. But yeah, it was very fascinating that she didn't remember everything.
Good. Excellent. So, I mean, I'm amazed at what you have accomplished in a month. And I see your energy and I can feel your energy. It's a beautiful energy. And that's what I read. It's the same thing that I read on the comments. People left feedback and comments on quantumhealingpractitioners.com. You can find Serena if you open the drop down menu and select introspective hypnosis or introspective hypnosis free sessions, so you can get people that are practicing at this time. You will see the reviews and they were awesome. I'm really proud. I'm really glad that you're experiencing this, and anybody can do it. Really, anybody can do it. You have accomplished this in a month, and this is just the beginning, right?
It truly is. Anyone can do it, and we are our only barriers to what we want to do.
Correct. Serena, maybe for those that might be thinking about taking the class, or maybe the ones that are doubting, should I take this class or this other class? Um, why don't you give your honest opinion? If there's anything that needs to improve in my class, I totally take it because it's going to help me make the class better for other people. What was your impression about the class? What is the part that you liked, or what do you think helped you during that class?
Yeah. Well, for me being super new to the whole topic, I was just enthralled
Hmm.
and just wanting to eat it up. But there were certain times, especially in the afternoons, it was like, holy cow, this is so much information.
I know.
And I went blank because I went through and watched everything all over again. I was like,
Hmm.
I don't even remember this part. I must have been in like my own trance.
In
And then
trance. Yeah.
we're talking about putting people in trances and you're like we're listening to you
Hmm.
do it, like I was getting really sleepy.
Okay.
um,
Good.
but I learned so much, and we got through so much material over that weekend. It was amazing. But what's
Thank
great
you.
is you can go back through and rewatch it, which is highly recommended.
True.
Um, because there's a lot to learn, but you just take little steps at a time.
That is correct. And so that we let everybody know how this works is people think, how am I going to learn hypnosis in 2 days and a half? You can learn hypnosis. If you're gonna be good after you finish the class, it depends on you how much time you spend practicing. But um, it's an intense class. It's very intensive, right? And we share a lot of information. And I record the class, and I made the class available for a few weeks. And people ask me how long. I never tell them. I can see how many people are logging in and watching the videos, because if I told you, Serena, I'm going to leave those recordings for you for a year, how often would you log back in and check and keep studying? You would not do it. You will wait until the last minute, right?
Right.
So I just make it available for a few weeks, but you also have access to the review material where I explain different techniques. Even though I remove the recordings of the class itself, you still have access to the review material with techniques, inductions, which is good. And the idea is that, yeah, you start practicing and you start finding stuff on your own, and then, oh, hold on, let me go back to the video. Oh, this is what Antonio meant when he was talking about induction. This is what he meant when he was talking about past life regressions. And that is the way to learn. So it's good. So what advice, Serena, would you give to people thinking about learning hypnosis? Doesn't have to be introspective hypnosis. It could be any other type of hypnosis. What advice would you give them?
My advice would be one, definitely go try to do a session, have maybe get one of these free sessions done on you, or go to a paid hypnosis practitioner to experience it. I wish I probably would have done that
Hmm.
beforehand, because after I learned, it's kind of like learning the magic trick, and then
Right.
Vegas isn't so fun anymore. um, but it's still awesome because it's all about relaxation anyway and letting yourself go.
Right.
But I would definitely go experience that. Another thing is hypnosis is a lot about your tone, your voice, and calming yourself down so
Hmm.
you're in the same vibration as them. So
Hmm.
what I started doing, and I would recommend to others, is start recording your voice and start doing meditations. It's there's tons of free options. You tell about some free options to get videos on recorded and on.
Hmm.
There's free uh, thumbnails for YouTube to go make right online. There's a lot of tools, and people I think always stop themselves like, oh, it's going to cost money. Oh, I don't know how to do it.
Oh, it's gonna be difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, if you spend some time and you watch some videos and you figure out how to do it,
Yeah.
it's possible. And start practicing with your voice and calming it down and
Right.
up. And what I really love too about doing this work is I get so calm myself through these sessions.
We're going a trance. We're going to a trance as well. You're,
Yeah.
the idea is to put yourself in a trance while you're putting your clients in a trance that you are in the same frequency, same vibration, and beautiful things happen when you accomplish that. But as you said, and I tell everybody, the most important part is developing what I call the hypnotic voice. You need to find your voice. You need to find your rhythm. Um, Something where you feel comfortable and not try imitating others, because you try to imitate me, imitate Serena, imitate other people, it's not gonna sound good. So find your own voice. So it is good. So perfect, Serena, thank you very much. I really appreciate your feedback. I'm happy again to see the your accomplishment and improvement, and this is just a month. Anything you want to say to everybody else before we say goodbye?
Well, I would just say that listen to your heart and feel your body, and your body holds a lot of secrets to what
Mm-hmm.
direction you should go. So if you're questioning it, feel inside. And the other part of it is jump outside your comfort zone. And
Mm-hmm.
this is something that even if you don't decide to do it as a business,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you do it on yourself or
Mm-hmm.
your spouse or through your loved ones. So don't feel like this heavy, burden.
Mm-hmm.
Take one step at a time. And
Good.
if you're looking for a session, I will be doing free sessions for probably another month. At
Okay,
this
good.
point. So.
And by the way, Serena, do you have a website already?
It's actually in the process of being made right now,
Okay.
and it will be serenaanderson.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in the process of being made right now and should be
Okay,
live in the next few
good.
days.
So people can go to, in the future, serenaanderson.com, or they can go to quantumhealingpractitioners.com, and in the search category select introspective hypnosis or introspective hypnosis free sessions, and they will find you, and they will find other people that have already learned this technique. Not everybody is there, um, but you have some offering free sessions. If you want to experience introspective hypnosis, I would really recommend you to go try it. It's
Hmm.
perfect. Serena, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations again. And I know that this is just the beginning. I see and I expect a lot of awesome things from you.
Very good. Thank you very much, Antonio. Appreciate your knowledge and wisdom.
Thank you very much. Bye now.
Bye bye.
Bye.